That Time I Got Reincarnated as Plot Armor is one of the most infuriating shows I've had the displeasure of watching. I'm mad how much credit this show gets for no reason. Why did this diarrhea of a show get 3 seasons, when Crocodile Man gets only 1? In a typical fantasy adventure series, something basically all isekais are, they usually understand the meaning of tension. Whether it be a video game, battle shonen, or cooking hentai, there's always a source of tension. Something to act as the central plot or antagonist, something the protagonist will need to overcome, something for the viewers to look forward to. There is almost none of that in this series. It's vapid. Let me show you. Oh, hey, wow, look, some goblins. Let's draw them cute so the viewers will like them. Like, for example, the goblins are trained very high in their stabbing and rape skills, but their building and crafting skills are non-existent. Thus, a problem. With every problem, there comes a need for a solution, presenting us a potential for tension, conflict, drama, exploration, etc., which drives the story along. And the goblins presents us with this. A quest. Find the blacksmith, craftsman, and build. Oh, hey, look, direwolves. Let's draw them cute so the viewers will like them. They head to Dworgen. Yeah, I wonder how they came up with that one. Basically stumbled into prison, and because he's such a super nice guy, why is he in a cage? He's a slime. He can just slither out. Did you see him trash everyone? Why do you think this cage would hold him? What the fuck? He gives this dude a potion that Siri has been crafting to bail himself out. And of course it's perfect quality. There he begins his exploration into the vast village hidden in the dwarves to find at least an apprentice in 3 different vocations. I wonder how long this perilous journey will last. I wonder what kind of adventure this might take him upon. What kind of political difficulty or exploration he might stumble upon. But wait! Turns out the dwarves he saved, who just happened to get injured right as rumor showed up, and oh, surprise, surprise, they are actually a blacksmith, craftsman, and builder. Okay, I guess that's a little convenient. But wait! They have so little ties to reality that they refuse to think, such inept social skills that they harbor no relationships or families, so devoid of will and self-preservation that these house Carls will just follow the main character around because he saved them, I guess. Yeah, but we want to get to the next arc. Surely a quick and simple solution is fair and more. But wait, not only are they a blacksmith, craftsman, and builder, but they're famous and renowned crafter, buildsmith, and blacksman. Let's build a village. Oh, who knew building a village is so easy? That is a lot of extra XP.
That's quite big.
Every problem he encounters is solved in 0.5 seconds because this show doesn't want to develop anything. What? Training? Learning information in the natural way? Having to develop magical abilities and put in effort? Fuck that! I want to spawn as a demigod and become All Might by episode 3. Cheap power fantasies, yummy yummy in my tummy. I understand that it's aiming to be a slice of life, relaxing time sink, but don't slice of life shows know how to actually be funny and relaxing? Comedy is subjective, but I haven't laughed at a single one of their jokes since watching it. Closest thing to a joke I liked was the Tsundere dragon. Rimjob takes the natural approach of attempting to talk things out, and I've heard some say that this makes him an adult who knows how to be charismatic and mature, even though shit like this happened. But I don't think it's anything impressive to know that talking instead of battle to the death is a more obvious choice. You wouldn't call someone rational just because they don't murder you. I thought the show would be able to humble itself after these interactions, but nope. No matter what, ReZero will always be overpowered. Now, I know I'm expressing an unpopular opinion. Some fans might use the argument, it's popular, so how can it be bad? Oh, of course. How could anything with a popular following be anything but amazing? It's not lost on me that, however, That Time I Got Reincarnated as Seaman is popular. It's a lighthearted power fantasy about how the Reese's Puff was born as a god, earns 10 levels a minute just because he inhaled, steamrolls everyone he meets, and we're just along to see how this cute Seaman guy go from level 100 to level 1000. You just don't like it because it's fun and exciting and lighthearted and funny, and it's just so fucking cool. I just can't get into the characters or their interactions. Skyrim has better characters than these.
Since we're friends, don't worry. I'll look the other way and take care of that fine for you. Stop! You violated the law!
The goblins were just born to be cannon fodder, and even feel as that since none of them fucking dies. The dwarves had barely a personality beyond they are dwarves, and they have crafting skills, and they really like seeing a living Gatorade swim in elf titties. I swear to God, what am I seeing? Well, maybe if you turn off your brain and just enjoy the fight scenes and how the slime slowly finds its way through this fantasy world, and you might enjoy it. Even in that turn your brain off and watch mindset, the anime still fails. One thing you might hear people tell you is to turn your brain off, or this anime isn't for you. On that latter point, you're probably right, and I doubt I'll ever watch this anime again, unless I want to feed my hate more fuel for the hell of it. Normally, I probably would just ignore these kind of shows, but the fact is, this shit got 48 episodes and apparently way too many people liking this. I just felt I had to say something when all this effort is being put into garbage. Turning your brain off, that's kind of a defeatist mentality. For one thing, why ignore all the glaring plot holes and bullshit when fixing it is objectively the superior action, or at least to give criticism of it? Sometimes it doesn't even seem that hard to fix. For people who don't notice or care about the show issues, well, then it can only be better if we do fix it, yeah? I won't encroach on what is apparently good enough for a lot of people, but goddamn, this show could be a hell of a lot better. Like, how most fights are stupid and it's just the slime tanking every damage type possible, using one spell that probably results in a tornado and destroying the enemy. How about we turn on our brains and make things a bit more exciting? There's a myriad of ways you can make the fights in the show more exciting, even if none of the other aspects of the show is changed.
Freeze, punk! This is an officer of the law, and you're under arrest.
Use some strategy, maybe do some team combos, do slime-like combat for once, misdirection. The least you could do is spam all your skills you got stored up. That would look cool. Maybe even involve Rimjob's personality for once. The only thing I know about him is that he's weirdly nice and he's probably a pedophile. I mean, just fucking look at him. He was 37. When he could turn human, he decided he wanted to be a feminine lolly. Fuck.
ってことは、大人の姿も作れるってことか。男寄りにできるか？なかなかイケメンじゃないか。次は女寄りに。おお！デストップ！いいか、大人の女性の姿にすると。しずさんっぽくて背徳感が募る。
Oh, okay, I guess we just forgot that we had a human male form there. Yeah, let's just go back to being a kid. Also, he told his dumbass friend to destroy his hard drive.
田村、ハードディスク消去してくれたかな。あいつ消す前に中見なかっただろうな。
You tell me what that shit means.
You even threw the monitor in! What's wrong with you? Clearly, the way you're supposed to enjoy the show is to relax and enjoy the feeling of progression and the overly convenient positive character interactions. Just don't think. Just stare at the extremely contrived situations that happen and smile when he levels up from doing nothing. It's kind of like an idle game. Why does Lizard Man evolve into fucking humans? The spells are mostly basic projectile attacks. How can Rimuru fucking evolve 10,000 orcs? Why didn't anyone attack the orcs while they're eating them? This is what you call a dryad? Basically a human, but with a glow effect on, and some plants. Like, individually they're not that bad, but all of it just adds up. Most of these problems wouldn't ruin the story. But fucking hell, I know the reason they exist is not because of creative liberty or whatever, but it's because the author was lazy or was uncreative and didn't want to do the work and just wanted to just do whatever gets him more money. Yeah, we'll have the 300-year-old demon lord be a lolly girl, why not? Fucking hell, the least they could do is have her act like she's 300 years old. Again.
Freeze! You are under arrest. You have Miranda rights.
There's two lenses to view the anime from. The OP protagonist story or the powerful burgeoning adventure story. The latter are basically your Boku no Heroes, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, where you see these protagonists, usually deemed as strong, or at least relatively strong, fight their opponents while you sit back and enjoy the sakoga. The enjoyment here is seeing the back and forth between the protagonists and their opponents, how each side reacts to each other's abilities and tactics, how the anime attacks, named right before they use them, interact with each other, the way that all these different abilities and character types clash and interact, the way that anime characters don't immediately die when they had their face smashed in so that we can keep seeing the fight. These are the basic staples of the action anime genre. That time I got reincarnated as Sewage fails at this, since most fights is just rice pudding ending the fight with one basic attack. We never see him really strategize or fight with more than one or two attacks before it ends in his victory. Actually, most fights are like that. No one parries, no dynamic interplay between abilities. No, it's just one or two hits and boom, that's it. The one fight I was looking forward to, because I thought he'd be a challenge for Rickroll. And then he does the stupid fucking eating thing. And he eats a Orclord, and that's it. Yeah, spam your skills. Just go fucking nuts. Okay, yeah, I guess you could just do this. I guess this was always a thing that we never saw until now. It just, yeah. Oh, I guess like he doesn't even have to do any work now. He could just. The AI already does so much shit. The AI tells him like everything he analyzes. He doesn't have to do any thinking. He doesn't have to do any like crafting. AI does that for him too. Now he doesn't even have to fight. What the fuck? I guess he has put in like zero effort in this world. What the fuck? Why are you asking this like it's like some kind of like, oh, interesting, mind-boggling question? Obviously you're gonna eat him. How is he supposed to eat slime on his body? Why are you acting like this is a fair contest? Okay, so he can just... So what's stopping him from eating just anyone he fights? Anytime he fights someone, apparently he can't get hurt, he can't be destroyed, he just regenerates every time he gets quote damaged. So what stops him from just eating anything? Why should I care in him using skills or fighting at all when he can just eat everything? What the this is so shit. What a shit fight. In the overpowered main character category, things are a little different. There's a reason why people still watch shows like One Punch Man or Seven Deadly Sins even if they don't care about the grand narrative or character arcs. It's because it's fucking cool. One of the main objectives with overpowered main characters is to make them as cool and unique as possible. Feed that power fantasy. Saitama and Meliodas could just have boring one-hit punches, but their attacks are exaggerated enough that the cool factor of watching these behemoths decimate a giant keeps you invested. Ainz could have just killed any of his enemies with a basic fireball, but he does shit like Time Stop, Grass Part, Sacrificial Call of CGI Cthulhu. This extends to not just combat either. Toa from One Outs could have just beat his opponents because he's like the best baseball player ever, but no, it's so much more interesting to see his humongous brain analyze and manipulate his opponents and do all this like mind traps and shit. Same thing with Death Note. The fun with overpowered characters are the creative ways you can present their overpoweredness. They're going to destroy their opponents anyway, so let's make the scene as captivating as possible. Show me new ways to kill. Show me unique abilities turned up to 11. You can even take a basic thing like a punch and just turn up the damage value so much so we get this like immensely fascinating scene of a mountain getting pulverized, and I'll be entertained. Generally with any fantasy series, they would fall under a scale between the two. On the right, we got shows that features protagonists that are weak and will probably get stronger over the course of the series. Here, you experience the protagonist growing and learning, whether it be through training, adventure, overcoming unique obstacles, or such. The point is they slowly make progress, and the challenges that they face are the beats of the story, and the entertainment is from watching these characters grow. On the left, we got overpowered protagonist. What makes these shows good is not just the epic animation, it's also the stuff I mentioned before, and also the characterization and the story told, despite having an insanely strong main character. They can have other things you can focus on in the story. They could have flaws and weaknesses. They could have unfulfilled lives or seek some other goal that isn't all about how much power they have. Maybe they are forced into a strange situation where their overwhelming power isn't enough. Or perhaps their insane power levels lay not in their raw strength but more esoteric skills, like reading and manipulating people. You should have something that makes you care about these characters and their journey, other than just seeing them summon another fucking tornado scale. Character that is overpowered for the sake of being overpowered and doing nothing else besides showing how overpowered they are isn't a character. There's so much you can explore and do with an overpowered protagonist, but to only have them be strong and win fights is just a childish fantasy and is going to get old real fast. Which it did with me for slime anime. Of course, there's still the middle ground. These are your Narutos, your Boku no Pico Academias, your Guns and Errands. They're all relatively strong, or they have the potential to be. The time I got reincarnated as a simp who ignores all that bullshit. It fails as a progression story because all the progression there is stale and cheap. Slime doesn't really face any challenges or grows in any way, he just stumbles into success or is given to it. There's no training, no challenges, no new exciting places explored. He's just given all the things that he has, such as an exceedingly easy way to gain power and give power.
それだけで？
名持ちの魔物になるということ、それは 魔物としての格を上げ進化をもたらすのです。我が主ご回復心よりお喜び申し上げます。はい。
Oh my god, guys, look, it's another tornado! Hell, all he did was spit water one time, and it turned out to be strong enough to slice stone. There's not even any difficulty in politics or drama. The Dwarf King instantly likes him. The Dryad shows up to instantly pledge loyalty. All defeated enemies just join his side with zero chance of betrayal. Apparently, growing a village of over 150,000 starving cannibalistic orcs and some goblins poses no problems. No, not one. It's so easy to run basically a small country. Nah, this does not satisfy a proper progression story. Neither does it for an overpowered character story. While some of the powers looks kind of cool, in concept they're all basic. They're just attacks. You're not seeing anything you haven't seen before here. Rhyme has less character than a tissue box. There's no well-written comedy. There's no really interesting characters. The dialogue sounds like a default template. Wow, another big tornado skill.
いただきます。はい。死ぬことはな。落ち着け。何か取り付いているように見えるが、気のせだ。
Okay, I think I've hammered the point enough now. Boy, I can't wait to see at least 50 of these comments to show up. Well, now that I said that, there's going to be even more of them. So, in conclusion, this anime is a total mess of a series that any 9-year-old could have written, and I once again am confused why so many people like it. Especially when you have like better options out there. Like these. If you want adventure with actually interesting world building in an expansive, diverse world, you got Made in Abyss, Hunter x Hunter, and Dorohedoro. If you want satisfying and cool action scenes with fight choreography that was actually well thought out, you have Vinland Saga, Castlevania, and Mob Psycho 100. If you want a series with an actually good magic system that's consistent, features an interesting rule set, and isn't just basic damage attack spells, you've got World Trigger, Mushoku Tensei, and also Hunter x Hunter. Oh, yeah. So I think the video is long enough. No more tangents, no more extensions. Sub, like, hit the bell icon, all that bullshit. Laters.